How is it going today? Lord, let's Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
We're Dwayne and Jazz. Today we have three disturbing true gym horror stories. Jasmine, one of those where Jasmine was running. Anyway, you guys have
that was every day. Shut up.
You guys have any reaction because please follow us on all social media. Like and don't forget to
subscribe.
Let's dive on in.
I hate you.
Have to run. Oh.
I used to walk when the teacher wasn't looking.
I believe it.
Then she'll turn her back and I'll be like, I'll just stay watching.
I joined the gym for the first time 3 months ago. Now, a gym is really
that
the
Arnold
last place you
Schwarzenegger?
ever expect something
Yes.
to happen. But last week, I had the most horrific experience of my life. I wear one of those wireless headphones when I go to the gym because the wired ones always get in the way and they're just annoying.
Very true. I was about
Sometimes
to buy
I'll leave my phone on a workout machine when I walk to the water fountain.
Why would you do that?
Too far from the headphones. The headphones start getting staticky before disconnecting.
Right.
I only knew because it happened a couple times before when I walked away too far from my phone in the gym. Well, one late night last week, I was one of the last people still in the gym. I was on one of the seated leg machines.
Okay.
I began my set of 20. While I was pushing towards my final reps, the music in my headphones started getting staticky until my headset said, disconnected from phone.
Somebody took his phone.
I stopped my set and reached over to the phone compartment on top of the machine, and I filled with worry when I couldn't feel my phone.
Ooh.
It wasn't there. I looked around the gym desperately, thinking someone might have taken it. I only saw 2 other people in the whole gym though.
One of them got
excluding the guy sitting at the front desk. One guy was really fat and sweaty, and the other guy was sitting on one of the machines looking down at his phone. Which one could have taken my phone? If either of them.
Both of them are suspect.
I had to approach the guy sitting on his phone, as much as I didn't want to. He had earbuds in, so when I approached him, he looked at me with a confused look on his face.
You don't disturb people at the gym during their reps.
He took one earbud out and looked at me, and I firmly asked him,
"Did you take
my phone?" He looked at me in silence for a couple seconds.
Like, why?
Said, "No." There was obvious attitude. I asked him if he saw anyone else walking by recently, and he just shook his head no.
It's like, well, no, whatever.
For some dumb
Leave me
reason,
alone.
I said thanks and walked away, when I deep down wanted to tell him to quit being a dick.
Alright, pause real quick. Now, Jasmine is I remember when I talked about it before, that I test Jasmine's loyalty. I remember.
Oh.
I was like, hey, I tried to mask my voice.
I was outside.
She had headphones in. Yeah, she had headphones in. She was outside. She did not waver. She did not turn or anything like that. And you never went to the gym though. You just worked out at home though.
I was just working at home, but like anytime I was outside and I tried to get to a destination because I walked a lot, like I would always have my earphones in. Like, and even if I heard somebody calling me, I would act like I don't hear you because I have my headphones in.
I just thought it would be hilarious with this right then, and it reminded me of what
I felt bad once I found out that was you.
I did a good job masking my voice. I was like,
yeah, but it was like it was you, and like people was looking around.
People was looking around,
like looking around, like at me. Like,
I was loud.
Deaf because he was really loud. Like he was like screaming and like it was echoing, and like it was like in the middle of like a strip mall.
Yeah, there was a dude behind you, and he was scared.
Yeah, he was looking like he didn't know what to do.
He was scared.
And I was just
I was yelling at him. Like I was yelling at him. Anyway, let's dive back on there.
That's how you know I'm loyal.
Let's dive back.
I dissed you on accident.
The dude was scared because he was looking around like I was thinking I was someone. Hey, you come in. He was like, anyway, let's dive on.
I went to the front desk and asked the worker to check the video cameras and see once and for all who actually took my phone.
Oh yeah.
As the guy working the front clicked around on his computer, the rude guy who I spoke to walked past me and out the exit. The worker then turned the computer screen so that I could see it.
It was him.
It was him.
To play on a video, which showed the guy who left 15 seconds ago taking my phone.
Liar.
I thanked the employee and ran to catch the guy who just left. But by the time I got outside,
he was gone.
The guy was nowhere to be found.
Damn.
He went when he saw him go to the front desk. He said, "Time to go."
Right away was the fact that he recently disabled my passcode lock to my phone.
No.
Meaning he had access to all of my apps, all of my texts,
all of your pictures,
all of my data, basically. I went back inside and asked the employee to track that man's membership info. But when he checked the cameras, the guy didn't even check in.
Oh, he just walked in.
He walked past the counter unnoticed.
Oh, but that's your fault.
So
Receptionist?
there were no records of this guy, even
Yeah, it
being a
was.
member of the gym.
He was a receptionist.
The footage showed that he suspiciously walked around between machines, looking around a lot like a nervous person. I asked the employee to report that to the police. He said he'd show it to his boss tomorrow.
You're gonna get fired because you weren't supposed to let him
I
in.
called my best friend Tom so I could tell him why I wouldn't be answering texts for a while, and to also see if he could tell all my other friends what happened. He started freaking out on the phone,
Why?
begging me to tell him I was kidding about losing my phone. He told me
Why would I be
someone had
kidding?
been sending him texts and came to his house. I didn't understand, so he said he'd be over to show me. 10 minutes later, Tom got to my house and showed me a long conversation between him and someone using my phone pretending to be me.
Oh no.
It started out with the person on my phone saying, "Hey, can I stay at your place tonight? I got in a huge fight with my parents." Tom said, "Yeah, let me know when you come over." Then the guy who was using my phone said, "Can you just leave your back door open? I'm gonna be over super late and I don't want to wake you."
Oh no.
The conversation went on a little while longer before Tom finally agreed to just leave his back door unlocked. Tom went back to sleep under the impression that it was actually me who would be coming through that back door.
Oh my god. So
When
you
we
let a
finished
random
reading the
person out.
conversation, Tom looked up at me and said, "The cameras." We rushed to his house together and watched the footage captured on the cameras throughout his
So
house.
he went in your house and you
I
didn't.
was disturbed, but also not surprised to see that man from the gym who took my phone walking in through the back door of Tom's house. He scavenges the place, grabbing expensive household objects and throwing them in his pockets. He moves from the den to the kitchen and eventually to the upstairs. I saw the fear in Tom's face when he watched the man on the camera in the upstairs hallway open his bedroom door, step in for about 20 seconds, and come back out, leaving the door open. The man was in the house for about 10 minutes before sneaking back out the back door.
Oh my gosh.
It looked like he took a lot of valuables. Tom and I sent the video footage to the police, and when I went back to the gym, the manager told me she'd be sending their footage as well.
Okay.
3 months later, not a word from the police.
3 months? Jesus.
Whoever stole my phone and snuck into Tom's house got away with it scot-free.
He can't use Find My iPhone? I bet he had a Galaxy.
Pause.
I bet he had a Galaxy. He couldn't find that phone. Because if you had an iPhone, you would have been
That's
like,
what I was saying.
iPhone.
Find my iPhone, and they would have to turn it off.
They would have to do that. Yeah, they would have to either turn it off or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I promise you, that was a Galaxy.
Or you could wipe it clean. You could access it from a computer and wipe it clean. Wipe your iPhone clean, and they couldn't get
he
on.
didn't have that option.
It'd just be a brick.
Right.
So it'd be a paperweight. It'd be an expensive ass paperweight. Excuse me.
This is why you don't get Samsung.
That's why well. Let me.
In this situation, yes.
This is why
works.
Samsung. I don't know any Android users out there. Let us know if you have your own Find My Android.
It's gonna be a war in the comments saying iPhone sucks.
Or Find my whatever. Find my Google. Whatever. Give me whatever.
Find my Google.
Y'all need something. Y'all lacking in these streets. Sorry, let me say.
Find my droid.
Yeah. Let's stop on in.
I currently go to a 24-hour gym in my town. It's usually on the quieter side most of the day.
Those are the dangerous ones.
But during the night hours, it really becomes a ghost town. I don't quite understand how they could afford to stay open 24/7.
They're getting that money off membership.
I had to work late one night to cover for someone else's shift, so I got off work at 11 p.m. I planned on heading right over to the gym to get a quick midnight workout in. When I got there, nobody else was there.
Good.
I was the only one working out.
Good.
Well, only for about 10 minutes, until I finally spotted someone else working out.
I like having the gym to
It made me feel a little less
myself.
odd for being there so late. The guy was wearing a beanie and a hoodie.
Oh, no.
I was sweating just looking at him, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it was cold out, but it wasn't cold in the gym.
He's never cold in
I
the
had
gym.
enough time to analyze his odd clothing decision before he started staring me down. I looked back for as long as I felt comfortable before deciding to look away. I felt like he seemed to be challenging my dominance because I still felt his stare through my peripheral vision.
So we're gonna see you
I
gonna
kept
stare at
shooting
each
brief
other.
looks back at him to still find him staring at me. I tried my best to ignore it and went on with my workout. I just couldn't take the staring anymore, though. So I went to a different section of the gym where there was absolutely no one around.
Okay, he followed you.
I was finally able to work out in peace. I was doing bicep curls by the free weights while facing the mirror. That's when I noticed it. That guy in the beanie was hiding behind one of the chest press machines.
Oh, he hiding.
There was a slight opening between the lifting mechanism and the actual weights on the machine. And through that opening was the guy's face, once again staring at me.
What?
I think when he realized that I noticed him, he moved away out of sight behind the machine.
Get out.
I'm way too timid a person to go approach anybody like that. So instead of confronting him, I put the weights down and left the room. I walked straight to the front desk and asked the girl working to tell the man to either stop staring at me like that or to leave the gym. She looked down the aisle of workout machines and saw nobody.
Oh no.
I asked her to come follow me.
He's scared
She was
now.
clearly very reluctant to do so. She
They
ended up
both
coming
scared.
with me to the back room. We looked around the room, but he wasn't in there. In fact, it seemed like he wasn't even in the gym anymore.
You seeing ghosts?
I apologized
Maybe it
and told her to
was.
keep an eye out for the man in the beanie. She walked back to her desk, and I kept working out for another 10 to 15 minutes. I waved goodbye to the girl as I left the gym and went to my car.
He's outside. He's
I put the
outside
key in the
waiting.
door lock.
He already
I
in the
heard
car,
manic
what?
footsteps hitting the concrete.
In the backseat.
I was confused at first. It sounded like somebody running in my direction. I turned 180 degrees. Someone was sprinting towards me from the dark. I stood like an animal
Get out.
frozen in headlights for
You
a
wanna
second as I
stand?
stared in shock. When the person emerged into the circle of light under the light post I was parked under, I was able to instantly recognize the guy in the beanie and hoodie from earlier. I opened the car door and jumped inside, slamming it shut behind me.
Oh my god.
I slammed my hand down on the tiny lock knob atop the door handle a split second before the man tried to open the door.
Ooh.
Ugh.
As I started the car, he started to kick at my door and window.
What?
I threw the handle into reverse and stepped on the gas.
That sounds like
The
some
car
zombie
jerked backwards away
apocalypse
from the
stuff.
man, and I was able to escape the parking lot safely. I got home and found a bunch of dents in my door from the man's kicks.
He's getting ran over by my
Admittedly, I should
car.
have called the cops, or even the gym, and
He
warned the
should have
girl
ran
the man
when
now that she was alone.
He saw him running.
Instead, I selfishly just went to bed and told myself I would never go to the gym late at night again.
So he should have went in the car when dude was running at him.
I would have ran his.
If I hear
would've ran him
footsteps
over.
running towards me, even if I don't see you, I'm either gonna run or if I have a
See-
car, I'm getting in my car, locking it, and speeding away.
We
okay?
seen so many horror stories and
Like,
zombie movies that we
no.
don't play games like that no more. We just go ahead. He running.
No.
I hear
if
something. No hell.
even if it's not even that situation, if I see like a whole bunch of people around me, say I'm in a mall, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see a whole bunch of people running in fear. I'm not gonna sit
I'm thinking
there.
World War Z. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I'm not
sorry.
gonna sit there and try to figure out what they running from. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna run first and then figure out what I ran from later. I'm
Alright.
like, okay, so what was that?
Yeah.
Like okay, like
I'm
what's the
thinking.
state?
I'm thinking World War
Like-
Z because I remember them scenes. Boy,
Oh, them zombies. I was gonna say zombies.
zombies. Them zombies was
Those
bad.
zombies were
very dangerous.
were kicking it. I do
It's-
not want to be in a zombie
Nah,
apocalypse with them 'cause I don't like running. And I'll just be like, I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna give up. If I gotta spend the rest of my life running away from these sprinting track star zombies, I'm gonna give up and let them have me. I'm gonna be like, look, man, hey.
He should have ran him over. I would have ran him over. I'm running him over. Anyway, let's dive on in. I'm running him over. The guy that hit my car, I'm running him over.
I used to work nights at a 24-hour fitness in New Jersey.
Oh, we got one of
I had a
those.
love-hate relationship with these shifts. I loved it because very few people would come in during the
But you
deep
hate it 'cause you
hours,
gotta wake up.
meaning less people checking in and less weights I had to re-rack. I hated it because it meant I had to spend the graveyard hours sitting at a desk doing nothing while everybody else was asleep. Still, maybe you would think many strange things would happen during these hours. Or maybe you wouldn't. It's a gym. What could happen?
Creepy
Actually,
people.
only one strange incident ever happened while I was there. I was sitting in a chair behind the counter reading a magazine. Then, out of natural curiosity, I turned to do a little people watching. Well, I guess you would call it person watching, because there was
There's only
only
one
one
person.
guy in the gym. He wasn't doing anything, though. He was kind of just pacing slowly down the gym, looking around.
Oh, the people that don't do
There's a
nothing at the
cutoff
gym.
between
Yes.
two different
Okay.
sections of the gym, the front and the back. He made a left turn past the wall that separated the two sections, and then he disappeared from my view. So it was back to reading for me. 10 minutes passed and I forgot the guy was even there. Then suddenly, everything went dark and silent.
Oh,
Like,
what?
literally, the power in the gym just shut out.
Oh,
All the
no.
lights turned off and all the music went dead.
Well,
It was so dark I couldn't see 2 feet in front of me.
No.
Thank God our phones have flashlights these days.
Especially with
Otherwise,
weights
I
in there,
wouldn't
somebody
have
can
known
just
what to
clock
do.
you in the head.
I turned it on and tried to think of what I should do next. I knew some kind of power box was in one of the storage rooms.
I was gonna say,
connected
there
to the
should be
back
like a
section of the
generator.
gym. I also knew that's exactly where the one guy working out happened to be. On my way there, phone/flashlight in hand, I called out for the patron over and over.
He didn't answer.
Sir.
Now I was in the back section.
Sir.
Why on earth would he not answer me?
Because he's trying to get you.
There was something
He made
so
the power go out.
eerie about being in a silent, pitch-black gym and seeing all the workout equipment only through a flashlight. I found the power box in the back storage area, or I guess what I thought was the power box. I tried flicking on and off every possible combination of switches, but the power did not come back on. Since I couldn't figure it out, I guessed it was on me to close up shop and wait for
Yep.
Kathy, the owner, to come fix it tomorrow morning.
Oh, Kathy better come on.
But first I had to find that guy. I did a thorough scan of the whole back section. Behind all the equipment and all the janitorial closets, nothing. The only other place I could check back there was the women's bathroom. I opened the door and called for him once more. My voice echoed into the seemingly empty bathroom. Still, I had to double check to confirm. I made sure to point the flashlight in every possible direction so I could see every inch of the bathroom. The only place to check now were the stalls.
Gotta check
Before I
those
could
feet.
open either of them, though, I started to hear noises. Breathing noises. Like sickly, deranged breathing noises. I had my hand on the door, ready to push it open. But I
What?
couldn't bring myself to do it. I said, "Are you in there?" No answer. I got on my knees and looked under the stall door with my
For feet.
flashlight. There were two legs standing right behind the stall door, practically inches from my face. He was literally standing on the other side of the stall door. I quickly got up and left the bathroom.
You got a
hardly
crazy
saying.
person in there.
I ran to the front desk and tried to figure out what to do.
Call the police.
I tried calling the owner, aka my boss, but obviously she was asleep by this time.
She ain't
I
a true
left
owner.
two different
She don't put
voicemails
that
on her phone.
phone on loud.
The only other thing I could think to do was call the cops.
Thank
so
you.
I did. I didn't know what else to say other than there was a suspicious man in our gym and I was 90% sure he somehow cut the power. I hung up the phone and felt alone and horrified in the darkness and silence.
I would stay by
Suddenly,
that
a metallic
bathroom
hit
door
sound came
so I
from
can know
across the
exactly
dark
where it
gym,
is.
like one of the machine's weights being dropped. I shined the light down the gym and called for the patron once more, and then called out that we're closed and that he had to
You already
leave.
know that he ain't gonna answer
And
by
I
now.
think I saw him. I saw someone walking between two machines before getting too far from the light to see. It seemed like he was messing with me now. I shined the light in the direction that he was walking, and I swear to God, it looked like just at the edge of the light, there was a face looking at me.
Oh my god.
The blue and red lights from the cop car outside lit up the front section of the gym briefly. A cop knocked on the now dysfunctional front door, and I physically opened it to let him in. He took out his flashlight, greeted me, and said he'd take a look around. All I saw from the front desk was the light of the officer patrolling
not
the
there
whole
no
entire
more.
gym, including bathrooms and closets, before coming back to me and saying it's empty. He suggested that whoever it was left through the back door, and that I should lock up and come back tomorrow morning. And that's exactly what I did.
No.
By the
No.
time I got back the next morning to check on things, Kathy was already there. Apparently it was just a simple power outage the night previous.
No, it's not.
Kathy and I checked the camera footage together in those brief moments before the power went out. We checked for the guy I described, but he wasn't there. There
Wait,
was no
what?
footage of him entering the gym, there was no footage of him working out, or even just walking around the gym.
What? So he was a
Kathy looked
ghost?
at me like I was a loon, but I was too frozen with shock and confusion to care.
He was
I
a
swore
spirit?
up and down to her that someone was there that night. To this day, I don't know if she believed me. I don't even know what to think of that night. But I know I saw someone there that night, regardless of what the cameras might have shown.
What's up?
I'm sorry. I had a thought. It may sound wrong. Okay, so I'm thinking that's a ghost of
Right.
somebody that probably couldn't finish their set. If you know what I mean? When they're doing the little bench press and I guess
So
it
he
fell on
died
him.
and
That's what I'm saying. It could have fell on him,
Okay.
and nobody came to help him, so he's probably trying to wreak revenge on that specific story.
You need to help me finish my set, bro.
Right, and so like he's just mad now. So like he just comes at like the peak, like late hours, cause 24 hours.
Cause it was like 3 a.m.
and haunting him. Right, like he probably was like trying to really work out when he was alive, and then like it didn't work, and and nobody helped him.
All right, Jasmine.
You know, so and his soul passed, but it didn't leave. Like it's still there.
He's still there doing sets to this day, bro.
Still there doing sets.
To this day.
Mad.
Anyway,
So.
guys, please comment below. Tell us what you think.
Don't forget to like,
Subscribe. It's just work. Deuces.